Hello and welcome to 22nd Century Television Network, Channel 28. I am Marion Davies. Let's take a look at the stories making the news brief. Cape Verde squad returned to ground acclaimed in the capital. Cape Verde's World Cup squad received an enthusiastic welcome in Paria from thousands of elated fans. The team made a historic debut, qualifying for their first World Cup and advancing to the round of 32, where they notably pushed Argentina to extra time. The small African nation with just 500,000 people enjoyed an impressive unbeaten run, including draws with Spain and Uruguay, before their 3-2 defeat by Argentina. Their participation marked them as one of the smallest and least populous nations to reach the global tournament. Nine farmers perished and others were abducted in a brutal raid on a village in Kaduna, Nigeria. This highlights escalating rural peril as gangs intensified assault during planting season. Armed groups recently murdered at least 9 farmers and abducted several others during a rural assault in Kaduna State's Benin Kwaris district. Reports indicate this was a retaliating strike after farmers reportedly killed a bandit during a previous robbery attempt. This incident underscores the region's severe insecurity, as a peace accord with armed gangs has failed to curb ongoing violence, abductions, and looting of farming communities. Across northern and central Nigeria, criminal activities are surging, with gangs extorting and harming agricultural production, raising significant food security concerns. A similar attack last month in the same area resulted in 6 deaths and 20 abductions, emphasizing the pervasive danger to rural populations. On Monday, crowds in Iran's capital mourned their late leader, also condemning the US president. The flag-draped casket of Khamenei and his family, who perished in an early airstrike linked to the Israel-US conflict, were borne on an ornate truck. A massive public assembly, encouraged by Iran's regime as a show of power, considered with US negotiations for a permanent end to the war that killed the cleric. State television displayed an enormous crowd in Tehran, seemingly larger than the million-person turnout for Soleimani in 2020. While no official count was given, many displayed placards advocating for Trump's death. A monarch conveyed the day was tough, prioritizing vengeance over farewell. Brazil's World Cup hopes unexpectedly concluded, losing 2-1 to Norway and exiting before the quarterfinals, first since 1990. Brazil's impressive run of 8 consecutive quarterfinal appearances ended, surprising fans on Copacabana Beach who still felt pride. One supporter called the loss frustrating and sad, but typical of the sport. Norway secured a historic quarterfinal spot with Erling Haaland's 2 second-half goals. Ecstatic fans praised their team's bold performance against a major football nation. In another last 16 match, England defeated Mexico 3-2, arranging a quarter-final against Norway. Mexico staged a late comeback with a penalty, but England held firm for the victory. Despite the loss, Mexican supporters applauded their team, with one fan celebrating their 2 goals against England. Trump confirmed asking FIFA to reconsider US player Balongo's World Cup ban. Trump supported FIFA's decision to lift Balongo's suspension, arguing the ban would have marred the tournament. The American forward was set to miss his side's round of 16 match due to a previous red card. However, FIFA controversially overturned the automatic 1-game penalty, allowing Balongo to play. Trump confirmed he asked FIFA to review the foul, which he deemed incorrect. He clarified he merely sought a review from the body's president, not a direct order to suspend the ban.
That wasn't a foul. That wasn't even an infraction. That was 2 guys running full speed that happened to crash into each other. You can't take your foot and properly place it on somebody else's foot. You know, it's one thing to penalize somebody for the game, but how do you penalize them for a game that hasn't been played yet? It's very unfair. You can't do that. So, yes, I asked for a review by FIFA. I think the referee's call was horrible. And nobody talks about that. They talk about the red card like it's fine. Nobody talks. The referee's decision to red card. I didn't know what the hell a red card was. When I found out, I said, you got to be kidding. This guy just hands up. Okay, your best player is not going to play next week or in the next game. I said, wow, that's a lot of power. That's terrible.
He characterized the incident as an incidental entanglement between athletes, adding the suspension would have been a significant blemish and crediting a FIFA commission for the right decisions. Belgium's Football Association expressed astonishment at FIFA's ruling, while FIFA itself offered no additional remarks. All these stories making the news brief. Thanks for watching 22nd Century Television Channel 28. Kindly follow us on all our social media handles: Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, and also visit our website on www.22ndcenturytv.com. I have been Marion Davies.